Good evening, people. Good evening. It's 4:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Well, I'm going to let you know a few things. Today at the White House, some idiot guy, young boy, old man or something, walk in with a backpack, bunch of clothes on, smelled like gasoline, had a flare gun. You find that on YouTube. That I guess he was going to set his cell phone on fire or try to blow up the White House. I don't know. We got crazy people. Okay. I got a video, but that it's hid someplace else. The FBI can't find it. It's not here. It's back to January the 6th, where the FBI was involved in that January the 6th. It was on YouTube. FBI got it. Anybody got that video from January the 6th? The FBI been coming knocking on the door. You know which video I'm talking about. The FBI was involved in that January the 6th. If you go back to January the 6th, a bunch of videos came up missing from the White House, the FBI, the Secret Service. The truth about January the 6th. You know, that video will be released at a later time. You know, I'll probably get followed everywhere. I'm not the only one that got that video of January the 6th. And I guess, I don't know why the FBI would confiscate that video. What is the FBI in Washington, D.C. hiding? What's the Secret Service hiding? And you see who's Trump's translate team going to the White House. One of them is Mr. Kennedy. Was it Robert Kennedy Jr.? He's one of them in the translate team, whatever you want to call it. I've been watching videos on TikTok when Trump won it the other day. People's crying, talking about committing suicide, talking about leaving the United States. I don't care if they leave or not. I don't care. When you're a movie star or a singer, you should be neutral. Some of those people that was for Biden, I don't watch any of their movies or I don't listen to the music. Let you in on some bad news. My son didn't feel good last night. Had to take him to the hospital in Scottsburg, which is 6 miles away compared to New Albany, which is 20 plus miles away. Hi, Zola. Nice to have you here. I'm in Indiana, the USA, the county of Clark County. Okay, the time is 5:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Thursday evening. And Yoakum and And you all, my son had supposedly a migraine headache. I know tomorrow's Foot Friday. It's always Foot Friday for you. And my son supposedly got a migraine about 3 o'clock after we got back from the sleep study doctor, and we supposed to went back today and take the equipment back, but after he got home and used that sleep equipment, he was sleeping mostly all day, and he woke up about half an hour ago. I think it's too late to take that sleep thing back to the doctor, so we do that tomorrow. Lordy, 2:02 a.m. Good morning. Good Friday morning. Hey, Zolo, I guess that's how you pronounce it. I know a girl I was with in school. Her name was Zolo or something like that. She's about my age, about 70 years old, give or take a little. And we didn't get out of the hospital until maybe midnight last night, or this morning, since it was after midnight. Supposed to be a migraine headache. I used to have a wife who died from, I guess you call it a brain aneurysm or something like that, and died. And I said, anytime your medicine don't work, we're going to the hospital. I don't know if he went to a brain specialist or what. He goes so many different doctors, I can't keep up, just like me. I go to a heart doctor, diabetes doctor, a high blood pressure doctor, a family doctor. I take about 18 pills a day. Once a week, I take what they call Ozempic shot for diabetes. And since you're new on here, because I don't think I've seen your name before, I hope you subscribe to my channel. You subscribe to my channel, I should get an email when you subscribe to my channel. When you subscribe to my channel and I get that email, then I turn around and click on your name and subscribe to your channel. Because that's what, the guy upstairs wants me to do. Help everybody out. So subscribe to my channel, please, because, I like to get about 500 by Christmas. At least 500, because right now, I don't make any money. I've been told YouTube is like a business. I don't make no money from YouTube. I try to tell you about my life, my medical history. People say, why are you telling people about your family medical history? When I was young, I used to drink alcohol, smoke Mary Jane, and bottle acid. I got kids out there everywhere. They have the right to know about the father and mother medical history. Since everybody inherit their father and mother's medical history. That's why I do that. And I'll tell you something about me in case this is your first time. I'm 70 plus years old. I'm on a fixed income between $800 to $900. I live on a budget. I'm retired. I was disabled, but since I got a certain age, now I get regular Social Security. I own my own house. And for other people, it might be in the background. There's places you can go to help you buy your house. A bank, HUD, USDA, FHA, banks. But USDA is based on your income. What do you count as income? You know, like here in the United States, it's food stamps, your check that you get paid if you work, or Social Security, child support, alimony. If you got CDs, all that counts as income. Your credit score, I believe, would be at least 620. You know, don't owe any doctor bills or hospital bills. You know, if you're on food stamps and a disability, you can buy your house through the USDA. I just got a Gmail notification. I'll check that out later. And right now, I'm using my cell phone. I'm using an iPhone SE Series 3 because my laptop died on me about a month ago. It was an HP. It's a cheap laptop that I bought over 5 years ago. It's an HP laptop. I know you all can't afford to give me another laptop or a desktop, but everybody I've talked to, what I want is what they call a gaming computer. I've been on Twitch. I watch a bunch of those American truck simulators and Europe truck simulators. And those guys on Twitch and ladies being real nice. I told them what I'm trying to do. And they told everything I told them I like to have on a laptop. They said, Tom, it'd be cheaper to get a desktop computer. You could get up for 4 gigabytes. Instead of 2, you can get 4 gigabytes. You get a better graphics card, and you get more RAM on a desktop than you can a laptop. And it said, where a laptop that you're talking about is over $1,800. But a desktop computer, around $800 minus the keyboard and the mouse. I got a wireless mouse, so that I wouldn't need. And I can get me, I guess, you know, if it got the place in the back of it where you can hook a HDMI to it, I can run it over to my TV and use that for my monitor, which would be bigger. But I'm leaving it up to God. If you believe in God, it's okay. If you don't believe in God, it's okay. It's your right to your rights. And, you know, I try to help people out, give them ideas. Like when I was growing up, my mom and my grandma and dad and grandpa, they raised a garden. Plus, we had apple trees in the yard. Everything we grew in the garden, we canned it in our house. That's what we ate in the wintertime. Didn't buy that much groceries. And my dad, through his partner's sister, got fresh eggs every day, which tastes a whole lot better than what you buy in the grocery store. And I've been watching a whole lot of videos from other countries. They talk about what's in their food, which here in the United States we got the red dye, yellow dye, and all of this. I believe that's what's killing us here in the USA, but I'm not a doctor or in that field, like that. But in countries that don't have that red dye, yellow dye, all the chemicals in it, you all feel a whole lot better. I wish they'd do it here in the USA, but, money talks, people. I wish I had money. But out of my check, I get every month between $800 and $900. I got a budget. Everybody lives on the budget except those idiots in Washington, D.C. They don't live on the budget. I remember when I was young, the Democrats and Republicans, we all got along together and lived on the budget. We didn't overspend. Now, what's a budget? That's one thing they don't do in D.C. is live on a budget. No matter where you are on this planet, you know how much money you got coming in. You know how much your bills are, or your rent, your house payment, your insurance for your vehicles, if you've got vehicles in your country, or your mopeds in some countries, or motorcycles, or bicycles. You got to have a budget to live in. And that's what I try to do, live on a budget. There's things that I like to buy, but it's not in my budget. Just like a new computer, desktop computer. I don't have $800. I don't have the extra money. Like I live on about $30 to $40 a month in gasoline for my vehicle. But I don't go in every day and drive every day. There's one of my kitty cats, that's Alexi. You see, I'm a cat lover. And I know some people got dogs, they got cows, or donkeys, wherever you live on this planet, you got your favorite animals. Like my cats, I got the female cats in my bedroom with 2 cat boxes. I gotta keep it clean. But they're my therapy animals. They know when I feel bad. Especially this shoulder here, I got a bad rotary cup and I got arthritis. They know when I feel bad. They help me sleep real good. No, people, I do not have a girlfriend. People say, what kind of girlfriend you hunting for? kind of on the skinny side. Top half, kind of small breast, because I know girls with big watermelons got back problems. You say, how do I know that girls with big breasts got watermelon? I had a few wives, it was like that. That's all they did is complain about back problems. But God made perfect women for everybody. And women, they made perfect guys for you. But I've been single over 28 years. I got my ways set, but I could use a girlfriend to help me clean this house, because with my medical problems, there's things that I can't do. I need a new riding lawnmower. That's something later on that I need. Cause I keep getting stuff donated. Riding lawnmower is 10, 15, 20 years old. When it breaks down, I don't have the money to fix it. Just like my last mower that was gave to me 2 or 3 years ago. It cost me over $500 to fix it. I think I would need another mower deck with a new belt. I need a new drive belt. And probably the carburetor overhaul, because I got a valve on it. I shut it off. If I don't, the gas will drain out of the gas tank into the oil, so I got to shut it off every time I get off of it. But I can use that riding lawnmower with the trailer to go around and pick up my tree limbs. And I also want to say, since today's the 7th or the 8th, it depends where you are on the planet, happy birthday and happy anniversary if you got married on this date. I don't want you all to forget about birthdays and anniversaries. To get along with your spouse, men or young guys, to stay married 20 plus years, 50 years, 60 years, or 5 years, your spouse is always right. I'm talking about the ladies. They're always right. That's how you get along. They're always right, no matter if they're wrong. You help out around the house. Help your spouse around the house. Help your spouse clean the house. Men, I know you're good cooks. And I fixed sloppy joes tonight for supper. I got my son living with me because he almost burned up in his house a few years ago and got no place to live. He was working until, because of his health reason, he can't work no more. But you take care of your kids. But he does get disability. Does he pay me anything? No. He buys his own food. He cooks his own food. He eats his own food. Like if I have to take him to the doctor, he does put gas in where he goes to the doctor. But otherwise, that's the only thing He does. He puts gas in the car where we can go to the doctor or the hospital. You know. And I don't give him any money. When I cook, I eat myself like Sloppy Joe's. He eats some Sloppy Joe. Hello, Kansas City Cop Watch. How you doing? You know, I don't watch much YouTube anymore because of my cell phone. I miss my computer. You know the problem with that. Don't have the money. Yeah, I'm all good. I've been sick there because I got a feeling I'm going to have to call my throat doctor. Because I think it closed up again. They didn't spread it wide enough. So I'm going to have to call them. But last night, I had to take my son to Scottsburg Hospital, 6 miles up the road from me, which is closer. He had a heck of a migraine. I think it's more than a migraine. He took some medicine that they gave him at 3 o'clock yesterday after we got back from, I guess you call it a sleep doctor, I guess you call it. I had to take him to the hospital. They put him on the EKG and blood pressure, and thing on his finger. They gave him some medicine that knocked him out as cold as a cucumber. And he's still sleeping. He woke up enough to go to the outhouse and eat something and put his breathing machine back in a package where we can take it back. We supposed to took it back today, but it's too late, so we do that tomorrow. But, well, I got a good son. He would make some woman a good husband. He's polite. Any father or mother would be proud to have a son like him or a son-in-law. But when he was young, kindergarten, Head Start, kindergarten, first grade, you couldn't keep him away from girls. And his mom got him back at 9 years old. And he doesn't have a girlfriend. He said, "Dad, they too much like my mom." Nope, he don't do the dishes either. He does wash his clothes, Kansas Cop Watch. He does wash his clothes. I admit that. He got some paper plates that he used, but I still have to wash the silverware or the plastic containers that he might put spaghetti in, stuff like that. I can't complain. Because by me getting up doing it, it gives me exercise. You all see me outside. I used to walk, about a mile a day. But without my outside babies, people, if you don't know who the outside babies are, it's my kitty cats. I got Mama Blackie and 4 of her babies that she brought over in 22. Because she lived across the road. And I've told her back there in 22, said, "Mama Blackie, leave your babies here. Because you know every time you cross that road that they get run over. Like people say, oh, there's a kitty cat. Let's hit it. We get 5 points. You know, I don't agree with it. I do. You know, you seen videos where I'm walking out in my yard. I got to look down sometimes. You seen videos where I'm walking and they're right there by my feet. You know, I'm 70 years old. I know you do. And the job that you do on that cop watch, you know, you can get in trouble. I know. You all saw a video months ago. You know, I don't see why cops I don't know why cops gets mad when you videotape them. You know, that keeps him honest. I've done that twice. One on the wreck on I-65 at the 23.5 of I-65 from the overpass. And a month or so ago, it might be longer, I left my house, went to Scottsburg. I wish I could do more like you and what's the other guy that's in Florida, Chuck Bronson, and him, and Bakersfield, California, White T-Shirt Media, RD on the Scene, Kern County Crime Watchers. I love watching them. What you do, Kansas Cop Watch, you bring people, car wrecks, police pursuits, police brutality, where the TV stations in your area don't do that. That's what I like about you people that does that. Especially ones in Bakersfield, California. I love watching them. And, like, there's police officers I know that watch your channel, RD on the Scene, White T-Shirt Media, that watches those videos live, when they live. Because I was watching RD on the Scene one day. I do too. What else is a guy 70 plus years old going to do? Hello, Parliament Upstate News. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I think I watched some of yours, I believe. But 70 years old, I don't think remember that good. But I know Kansas Cop Watch, I watch him. I watch a whole lot of videos. I try to, but it's hard on my cell phone since my laptop died. Because my laptop got a bigger screen. And I'm on a fixed income. I gave you all my post office box, my PayPal account, my Cash App to help me get another computer. Because on my computer, I know you all know what StreamYard is. I like StreamYard. I got the paid version of StreamYard because sometimes I do over 20 hours a month. You know, when I first started with StreamYard, I want to thank Triumphs Beware, known as TB. He helped me get started with StreamYard, explained it to me. He helped me on some things, and he helped me to what I like to do with edit software. But since my laptop died and it's not big enough, I can't use I think you call it DaVinci. I can't use that. Like on my cell phone, people, I use Prism Live Studio on my cell phone, but my laptop, I couldn't use it. I can use YouTube or StreamYard. And thanks to TB, Triumphs Beware, I used StreamYard until my computer died over a month ago. That's how come I throw my post office box into it. Either for a laptop, they got, like in my post office, they got a big box that I know you can put a laptop in. But a desktop, I don't know. But I guess they can sit it back somewhere in back and put a note in my regular mailbox. Then I can pick it up. But for what the people have told me on Twitch, because I watch America Truck Simulator, those people on Twitch is very nice people. I want to thank them. And you people is computer smart on here. I want to thank you all too. Because I can't do some things without your help. But on my cell phone, I can't do that much. But I like to, probably edit some videos, maybe put some music in with it. Or you all see other people's YouTube videos where they got an introduction into it. But I'm not that smart, and I don't have the computer that I have room to do it. But thanks to them people on Twitch, I never thought I thought a desktop was higher than a laptop. I found out I was wrong. Everything in a laptop would cost me over $1,800, what they call a gaming computer with 2 to 4 gigabytes of hard drive. It's over $1,800. But a desktop with 4 gigabytes, 2 to 4 gigabytes of hard drive, and all the RAM you can get in it, and the best graphics card is a whole lot cheaper than a laptop. But when I got in computers over, I'm going to say 30 years ago, give or take a little, I had a Dell computer. If you all remember, I guess it was on cable TV, they had 2 computer shows. One of them was called Tech TV, I believe, and I forget the other one. And I guess on Tech TV, the guy's name, I want to say maybe Leo, but I can't remember. That's how long ago it was. What I did with my Dell computer desktop with a monitor and keyboard, I upgraded to the biggest hard drive you could get into it at that time, and the biggest memory you can get into it, and the best graphics card at that time put in it. What I know now, I wish I kept it. But there was a young kid who was getting into computers. That kid seemed to be a very smart person. I gave it to him. And on a condition that kid, if somebody else later on in years needs some help, that you help them out. That's how you pay me back. Here I need a new computer. I don't know, that kid could be dead by now. I don't know. Anything's possible. But when you do good for people, help them out, God pays you all back. I didn't know they'd come up to 13 gigabytes. I thought as high as they go was 4 gigabytes of hard drive. See, I'm learning something new. 4136. So I want to thank you all for your help, but I know money's tight. All over the planet. Money's tight. I know there's a whole lot of rich people on here. They wouldn't miss $3,000, $10,000. They wouldn't miss it. But that's okay. But like I say, don't forget where you came from. You might have been like me, low income. Don't forget where you came from and help people out. Okay, 4 gigabytes of hard drive. People said, Tom, when you knew all you need is 2 gigabytes, you wouldn't fill it up. I said, I like to go bigger. I said, I like to have a 4 gigabyte of hard drive. Just in case, you never know. You never know. I can take my GoPro, which I don't use it that much, but thanks to a YouTuber, whoever he or she is, I got a GoPro, but since my laptop down, and plus I didn't have the memory, I couldn't download things that I record. I could do it live, by using my cell phone, do it that way. They got pretty good pictures. But people, I tell you, I like to download DaVinci. And I stand for truth and justice for all. If you all remember Superman, like I grew up with the old Superman, the black and white Superman. I like to see my face on Superman. Boy, you must download a bunch of videos and save your videos. I didn't think you could use that much, 3 years to say 2 gigabytes for me, put it in voicemail, then I block it. That's all I get all day. I get about at least 20 a day of spam calls. I cuss them out. Sorry, God, that I cuss them out. I tell them, I said, I done had 4 heart attacks. I said, you're upsetting me with those blankety blank spam calls. If you don't leave a voicemail, you're not worth talking to. I know some people hate voicemails. But people, if you're going to call me, you have to leave a voicemail. I tell all my doctors, when you call me, leave a voicemail. I get at least 20 spam calls a day up until 9 o'clock at night. I start getting them at 8:30 in the morning. I usually keep my phone off, but right now I'm live streaming to your sweet, nice people out there. I hope wherever you are on the planet, I hope you like how the election went. I was watching, I think it was YouTube, all the different countries, who they was for. All them different countries was for Mr. Trump. I saw today, maybe it was YouTube, that who Trump was going to send to the White House to get everything ready for him. One of the persons that he's sending is, let me see if I get his name right, Robert Kennedy Jr. is going to be one of them going to the White House for getting everything ready for Mr. Trump. I think his children. And I've also heard today, I don't know if you all, let me get back up there, update news people. I don't know if you heard on your TV channel, where is it, Korea? I think it's Korea is going to Russia and help Russia out. But also that Russia and Ukraine had called President Trump. So I'm thinking that war will be over when Trump gets in there. But Ukraine wants what they lost back. To me, I said, heck on it. Just be glad you got what you got right now. And what you lost, leave it alone. You don't want to mess with Donald Trump. I remember another president. You all know what I'm talking about. That was Ronald Reagan. It was Ronald Reagan. You didn't mess with him. But they also, I saw videos on YouTube and TikTok. You had a bunch of crybabies because she lost the election and Trump won. But they showed this military place, but you didn't get to see if it was Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. They was cheering. They was clapping. Why was they doing it? They knew when Trump got in there, there'd be no war. And you saw on TikTok and probably Twitch and YouTube that these ladies was talking with Trump. I believe their daughter got killed and a bunch of other serfs got killed. Did they hear from Biden and Harris? No. They heard from Trump. You know, that's only my opinion. You know. But if you go back, people, we had the border wall. Gas prices was down. Our grocery bill was down. Trump helped people buy their first time home buyer, you know, which I'm one of them that Trump helped out to buy their first home. So, people, I'm watching on TV. I got it turned down where you all can't hear it and get copyrighted. Is what the TV show they call Bones. I try to watch it every day. Sometimes I go up and watch CSI Miami, Las Vegas, and what's the other one? New York, CSI. I like watching them. That helps me pass the time away. So, people, since this is getting towards the end, I'm going to throw my post office box out here. It's Tom Cartwright, Post Office Box 1, Charlestown, Indiana, 47111. My PayPal account is Thomas Cartwright Sr., SR for Senior. I'm sorry, it's getting dark outside. My Cash App is the $, Tom Cartwright, 4375. And I will be live Sunday between 7 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will share church service from Bob Joyce. Some of you say he's Elvis Presley, but I like watching him preach on Sundays. If I was down there in Benton, Arkansas, I would go to church every Sunday. I like the way he dresses when he preaches. You know, I can relate to that. You know, blue jeans and a nice dress shirt, stuff like that. You know, I could go for something like that. So that's when I would go live Sunday. Tomorrow, which is Friday, usually when I take a road trip, I usually go live. But I just don't know, because you all see the same thing if I go to Charlestown, or since I have to go to New Albany tomorrow, and a JC store, you know. I know you all get sick and tired of it, but during the road trip, I might get lucky. You get to see a car wreck in front of me, or close to me. You know, that's why I do that. But since Kansas cop watching in there, since I got off the subject, my second police video that I've done, like a cop watch, I left my house and went to Scottsburg, Indiana. It's only 6 miles from me, 6 to 7 miles from me, which it's Highway 56 to the west, in front of a gas station they call Moto, M-O-T-O. It was a drunk driver in a blue car hit a white pickup truck. And this guy was drunk, supposedly from Indianapolis with his children. Why would he be in Scottsburg if he was from Indianapolis? He was drunk. I stayed back. I videotaped it. The cop knew it. I knew to keep back, not to get in the face. I believe that officer name in Scottsburg, Indiana, I believe his name was Officer Green. He was very polite. I know all police officers, when you all videotape it, get downright mean. I've seen some that's downright mean. But this Officer Green didn't think of it. I said, Officer Green, when I saw his name tag, if you go in the motel there, I believe they got video cameras and pointed out toward where the wreck happened, and they help you out with your evidence and all this. He went in and checked. He came back out and thanked me for it. I said, I like to do stuff, but I said, I know some police officers don't, but I said, I want to thank you for being so nice to me. Because when you're nice like that, I'll be nice to you, but I know what I can do and what I can't do. That's why I stay back out of your way. Because I know there's stuff that you have to do. He said, and I told him my name, and he said, thank you, Tom, for being real nice and polite to me. I want to thank Scottsburg Police Department, which I think that's about the 37-mile marker of I-65. Like that, I believe. Man, my cats are sitting on my lap. It's beginning to put some pressure on me. And your people is around Arkansas. If you can do it, I like to have 2 CDs from Bob Joyce. I want him to autograph it. And if there's a picture of him, I like to have that autograph. That way I can take 1 CD, I can always have it in my car and listen to his church music. The other CD that he signed and a picture, I can put in the picture frame and hang it up on my wall. Oh, I got to get over and get my remote control to my color light. Oh man, that's bright. I can turn it, I can turn it red, I can turn it blue. There's blue, there's green, there's red. But let's turn it bright. And people, when I done that car wreck in Scottsburg City, one people made a comment, said, go to the police department, interview them. I know what they're trying to do. Cop watch, you know what they want me to do. Get my rear end in trouble. I had no reason to go to Scottsburg City Police Department. The only thing I could do, go up there, I said, I'm doing a video, and tell them, said, I done a video of one of your police officers the other day. He was real nice. I helped him out on a car wreck. I said, I want to thank you all for having, I could have done that, but I know what that person's trying to do. I don't want to end up going to court. I don't have the money to hire a lawyer or spend time in jail and all of this. And people, I don't know if you can watch the news here, which is WLKY, WHAS, WAVE, WDRB. I believe this week they had another inmate to die in Louisville, Kentucky City Jail this week. And died. I think that makes maybe 4 that has died in jail this year. It could be more, it could be less. I can't remember. But they had an inmate to die in Louisville, Kentucky City Jail this week. It was on the news, but you could go back and look at it and see. So, I'm going to thank you all. If you can help me out, I appreciate it. You got my post office box. You got my PayPal account. You got my Cash App. And you know what a desktop costs. You can look at Walmart or Best Buy. Because there's a Best Buy in Clarksville, Indiana. Just remember, taxes here in Indiana is 7 cents on a dollar. And I got a Walmart, which is in Scottsburg, Indiana, which is only about 6-7 miles north of me. You know. And you know what I need in a computer. I've told you what I like to do. Once I get a new computer, at least a desktop with at least 4 gigabytes of hard drive, I want somebody help me put my face on like Superman, you know, stand for truth and just for all. For introduction, when I use StreamYard. And also added to it is you have to go on probably one of the news medias to find out where Louisville Police Department killed Veronica Taylor, an EMT that was killed by the Louisville Police Department. I'm guessing 4 years ago. Stuff like that. Or add anything that police officers beat up somebody. I believe also in Louisville, Kentucky, that they killed an African-American guy by choking him. If you all, I would like to have a few seconds of that, but since I don't have a computer to plug it in, I believe you have to download it into your hard drive. I believe, like I said, I don't know. Or maybe add some music to it. Like, I like, you all know, you all watch him, and DJ Radis. I love his music. What he does. And I like to watch TB, Trying to Beware, where he got music. But, you know, but I would love to have some music into it where it's not copyrighted. I know StreamYard has some music that you can play in those videos. And, you know, that's one I like. Like, you know, comes around April or May, you saw where I'd done a live stream of thunder over Louisville, where you see those jets, helicopter, paratroopers, fireworks, but they played music. I might have to record that, but, then I would probably have to use DaVinci to take the music out and add my music to it, or I just can turn down my audio on my TV and do it that way. If you all got any ideas, which April or May a long ways off for Thunder over Louisville, which I had people from Australia, all over the planet watching it. And I got kind of a copy strike on it. And it is news. It was a TV station, news station, which it was done paid for. So how can they get me copyright for that? But I appealed it and I won. It was done paid for them to use it. So if you all can help me out, I appreciate it. I would appreciate it. If you subscribe to my channel, I would watch your YouTube channel. I would subscribe to your YouTube channel. If you can help me out to improve it, I know I've took some of your ideas. Some of you said do some court TV, some trials. I did the Karen Reed story. And I'm smart on things and dumb on some things, but what happened to Karen Reed, she did not kill him. The FBI looked in it. It's not over with yet. You're either guilty or not guilty. But they said, talking about she was drunk. She wasn't charged with drunk driving. None of her charges in court was charged of being drunk. The guy got this all started as Turtle Boy. I love watching him. Look what he's going through. They're getting on him because he brought out all the corruption of that police department. I like people like it, but they need help with money to pay for those lawyers when he can get out of it. Well, you all watch Turtle Boy. I want you to watch JOCO Case S. Copwat. Kansas Copwat. You'll like his videos. Subscribe to his channel. That way you know when he comes live. And there's another one, Copwat, in Florida. I think it's Chuck Bronson, I believe. You can watch him. And another one's R.D. on the Scene in Bakersfield, California. Also, he has another one they call Kern County Crime Watchers in Bakersfield. White T-Shirt Media in Bakersfield. They bring your car wrecks, house fire, police pursuits. They bring you all kinds of stuff where the news media in Bakersfield, California, you don't get to see on TV. You got some cop watchers, it's in L.A., which I don't watch them that much because the TV station brings them to you sometimes. But if they got a wreck close to me or a house fire close to me that I can get to Without blocking the road, I bring you them. But remember, people, Sunday, between 7 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be live with Bob Joyce and him preaching in church. You'll love him. That's what's wrong with this planet. We forgot about God. God wants you to make him great again. You got to make God great again, just like you did Trump. You seen back in July that he got shot. Who protected Trump from getting shot? God did. So what's that tell you all? You got to put your faith in God. Protect your loved ones. Some of you got cancer. Some of you ladies got breast cancer. You got to put your faith in God, people. They got cures for cancer out there, and they won't use it. Because it's money for them rich son of a guns, if you know what I'm talking about. People like that got cures like for cancer. I don't wish this on anybody, but I like to see their family get cancer. Let them come up with a cure for their spouse or their children. You know, I like to see that happen. But God works in mysterious ways. So I see your Sunday guaranteed unless the internet goes out. But you know Spectrum. You never know about Spectrum. Sometimes it goes out for hours. Sometimes it goes out a couple of minutes. It did it on me a couple of weeks ago. And I got back on, but I had to restart it from scratch. And will I do a road trip tomorrow? Which I usually take a road trip because we got to make a trip to New Albany. Take his equipment back to the sleep study doctor, which we supposed to have done it today, but he went back to bed, you know, 'cause he had to go to the hospital because of a headache. But I think it's more than a headache. I think it's mostly in the line of a brain aneurysm. Well, you know what I'm talking about. But I think they took x-rays of his brain to make sure it wasn't a brain aneurysm. But I want to thank those people at Scott County Hospital in Scottsburg, Indiana, which is part of Norton's Hospital. I want to thank those doctors and nurses. They're very sweet and very polite. You know, my son usually goes to New Albany, Indiana Hospital. That's Baptist Hospital. But to me, Scottsburg Hospital is closer and driving 20-some odd miles. Scottsburg, like I said, about 7 miles, give or take a little. It's closer. So that's why I took him to Scottsburg Hospital last night. It was closer. They're always polite up there at that hospital. Even the vent parties. It takes my blood about every 3 months. You know, they're nice up there. Even the doctors is nice. Even the doctors I've seen. The only thing I'm mad about, Norton's Hospital. They haven't got a diabetes doctor up there. I could go to Salisbury, but that's about 15 miles. Scottsburg's closer. Why can't Norton's Hospital get a diabetes doctor? People, when you got heart problems, you don't go to your family doctor. You go to a heart doctor that works in this every day. A diabetes doctor, they work in it every day. They keep up to date. Family doctor, they're not into it every day. That's my number one complaint. That's how come people, if you got heart problems, you go to a heart doctor. If you got diabetes, you go to a diabetes doctor. I forget the legal name for a diabetes doctor. And here's another thing I want to say. Ladies, I'm talking to the ladies, men. It's not your fault that you getting abused. Leave. Call 911. If you can't call, text 911. Leave. Even if you got kids. Well, you can text 911 and say you're afraid because he threatened to kill you and your children. You can text it to them. You're not at fault. There's people out there that will help your ladies. I know men, there's a few men that gets beat up, but you don't report it because you're a man. But ladies, I want to make it a point. It's not your fault. People, if you see it, you hear it, you report of child abuse or woman abuse. Report it. Please report it. God wants you to. God will reward you someday. Just like if you help me get that new computer, a desktop, or help me get a new riding lawnmower or a zero-turn lawnmower, which a zero-turn costs more, but it's wider. It'll cut time down on my yard. So God will reward you someday. That's what I want you all to do. Let's help some people. If you're out in your automobile, you got a cell phone. If there's a car wreck or something, videotape it. Put it on your YouTube channel. Sometimes the news media don't get there. But when you come up on car wrecks, make sure you say viewer description is advised. Unless it's bloody or children or they got the blank, make sure you put that in your video. Video description is advised. You might get lucky and it might take your YouTube channel off. Or maybe a local TV station might contact you and maybe bind the video of that car wreck or 18-wheeler wreck or house fire. You can do it. I got faith in you. You can do it. So I want to say good night, good morning over in that country. I forget the country that person was in. I want to thank you all very much for joining my channel. Cop Watch. If I get notification where you go live or a new video, I make sure I watch it tonight. But like I say, since my laptop is down, I don't watch that many videos. Because I got a bigger screen on a computer than I do my cell phone. So I want to thank you all. And, I forgot to throw my sponsor in. Lincoln City Gifts. Lincoln City Gifts. Type it into your search engine, www.lincolncitygifts.com. See what they got. They got hoodies. They got jackets without hoodies. They got sweatpants. I believe they got shot glasses. They got glass figurines, I think maybe like dolphins. But you go to Lincoln City Gifts and you see what they have. You could say they a paid sponsor. I'm not getting no money from them, but I did get a hoodie, sweatpants, and a jacket without the hoodie. I've been wearing that, when I leave sometime. So they got Lincoln City on it. So you go to Lincoln City. They got it's a nice town. I see they got a museum. They got, I think, an old fire truck and maybe an old train and an old caboose. And some of you don't know what a caboose is. Back in the younger days, on the back of the train, they used to have a caboose back there where the conductor would sit back there. They could sleep. They could keep warm and stuff like that. Now they don't use cabooses anymore. I believe a caboose would make a nice house. What they classify as a tiny house. You all can look at something like that. But make sure you go to Lincoln City Gifts and look them up and see what they got. I told them I would do that every once in a while. But they watch my YouTube channel. So I want to thank them for watching. When you go to LincolnCityGifts.com and call them, if you find something you like, you said, I looked you up, I like what you got, and I'm planning to buy something. I said, I heard from the YouTuber Tom Cartwright 4375, you might get a discount, but there's no guarantee for it. But, I said, I heard about you on YouTube from a Tom Cartwright 43. I decided to come and look you up. I like to have this and that, You never know. But, I will to help anybody out. YouTube channel. If I can remember it. I sure write it down, people, but my memory is not that good, so. Happy Thursday night or Friday morning, wherever you are on this planet. I hope you have a good day. Don't work too hard. Help people out if you can help them out. on this planet because God will reward you. It might take a while, but God will reward you someday. So peace, my friend. God bless you all. Put your faith in God. Without God, we can't live. Because you know, when something happens to you, you get sick and you end up in the hospital, you pray to God. But you need to pray to God every day, just like me. I thank God every morning when I get up that He gave me another day at 70 plus years old. And some of you ask, how did I learn about Bob Joyce? You are going to think it's stupid. Right here, God told me. I had somebody talk to me. The only thing I can come up with, it was God talking to me about Bob Joyce. You know, go to Bob Joyce on YouTube. If you want to buy stuff from Bob Joyce, you go to bobjoyce.org. You know, you can buy his music. But you go to Bob Joyce on YouTube, you can watch past church videos, his church music. And on Wednesdays, you see the Bible study that his son teaches. So, I want to thank you all for believing in God. Some of you don't. But that's what's wrong with this planet. We forgot about God. So, since tomorrow's Friday, I got to go sit on the chair and take a shower because I don't have $5,000 to $50,000 to get one of those walk-in tubs where you sit down with the jets and the heat. You know, I don't have the money. I know the insurance will pay for it. They usually call me once a month to check up, tell me this and that, and they supposed to get back to me about the bathtub and tell me what I have to do to get the insurance to pay for it. You know. So God bless you all. I also can't forget about the veterans out there. Thank you for your service. And people, you see it on your TV stations. The Wounded Warriors. Don't forget about our Wounded Warriors. Let's help them out. If you all remember Danny Thomas, St. Jude's, our children who has cancer. Let's don't forget about St. Jude's and the Wounded Warriors. And other ones you see on TV is the Shriners, which are Masons. You got to be a Mason first before you become a Shriner. They help children out. If you see it on TV, on your TV station, you see what the Shriners does to help our children out. You see St. Jude, how they help our children out. And Wounded Warriors, you see what we do to help our veterans out. Here in the USA, we got our rights through the veterans. Semi-5 brothers. Without our veterans, we wouldn't have our First, Second, Third, Fourth Amendment rights. Think of veteran. thinking. People who have CB radios, get on channel 19. Thank the truck drivers for their service. You say, why do I want to thank the truck drivers? People, think of the clothes you wear. Everything you got in your house. Your house, your TV, your washers, your dryer, your dishwasher, your grocery. Thank the truck drivers. They really appreciate it. They don't get enough of it. Oh, your automobiles, your gasoline, diesel fuel, heating oil. Thank your truck drivers. Don't forget about them. Well, if you're close to a truck stop, you go in, get some gasoline, or you eat in the truck stop. Thank the truck driver. They appreciate. Even thank those lady truck drivers. Lady truck driver, thank you for your service. I watch a bunch of lady truck drivers. I forget this one lady truck driver. Always had a pink truck. I forget what her name is. But some people didn't like her because she was a lady truck driver. She promoted truck drivers, even more ladies. They're more careful than the men. Sorry, men. I used to drive an 18-wheeler. I ran with a few ladies truck drivers. Some of those lady truck drivers could drive a truck better than the men. In my area where I live, say Louisville, Kentucky, and Indiana area, this lady drove for UPS. Drive those wiggly wobblers, as you call it. She could back them up better than any man I know to this day. Maybe she retired from ups by now. I don't know. So thank you, truck drivers. Thank you, YouTubers. And thank you all that probably joined today and have joined me in the past. And thank you all, some of you that has help. And thank you for the future help that I'm asking for. God will reward you. I want to thank you people on Twitch that gave me education about computers. That a desktop is cheaper than a laptop. You know what I want in a computer. 4 gigabytes of hard drive. The best graphics card. The most RAM I can get. Everything that I can get for it. I guess it'll have to have Wi-Fi, or maybe where I can get, R45 cable, where I can run it to a router, to my router. You all know what I need. Where I can download DaVinci on it. I've been watching videos trying to get the education and get it in my mind where I can sleep on it and figure out what I'm doing before I even get something like that. So God bless you all. God loves you. Thank you all that joined my live stream today. Thank you. Let me go back through there. Pentagon, Upstate News, God bless you. And where's the other one? It's in another country. Boy, it's people. I'm going to spell this person's name. ZOYAKHAN. Zola Kaham. I hope I pronounced that person's name right. When I first started, I told that person my time. It's 2:02 a.m. in the morning Friday when they first got on here. So I want to thank you all. God will reward you. Put your faith in God. I know some of you real rich out there that can help me out. But I know some of you, before you came rich, you was in my boat. I know you worked hard for it. I know some of you know what you're doing. You know where I live. You know everything about me. You know what I drive. I want to thank you. I want to thank you all very much for helping me on YouTube and helping us old people to get into YouTube. So I will say goodbye. I will be on here Sunday. Friday on the road trip. We have to wait and see, people. So God bless you all. I love you all. God loves you. God always loves you. Remember, God is the judge and jury. God has the final say-so. If you go up or you go down to the fireplace, just remember that. God has the final say where you go. I don't judge people by what they do. I leave it up to God. I might not like what they do, but God forgives you for your sins. That's what I do. I forgive you for your sins. Some of you, I don't like what you do, but it's not up to me to judge you. It's up to God. God will judge you. Some of you on YouTube tell lies about people. You dock your paperwork up. You do this. You lie to your fans. But it's your right. Your freedom of speech. But when you, when you lie to people, you going against God. God will punish you. Especially this one who killed a United States Marine Corps, shot him dead, and killed DAC. You all know who DAC is. David Allen Camry, I guess is his name. United States Marine who was handicapped. He was murdered. But God would take care of this person in due time. So goodbye. But I want you all to put your faith in God. Believe in God. Pray to God. If you can, help me out. I gave you my post office box. I gave you my PayPal account. I gave you my Cash App. You can also help me subscribe to my channel. A good Christmas present is get me over 500 subscribers by Christmas. I know it takes a while. But with your help and God's help, I will get there by Christmas. So good night, sweet dreams. Just be polite to people. God will answer your prayers. Do not give up on God.